All right, folks, this is Lonzo, the Godfather of the West Coast Hip Hop. And before I do any introductions, let me apologize for being late. Me and my boy, my partner Dre, we both got caught up today, but we had to get a show in. Dre missed last week, not his fault. It was a little miscommunication. Bernadette stepped in, Dusty Vision stepped in. The day we a little late, so yeah, we owe some CPC time, but hey, we still here. Dre, what you got for me, Doc?
I feel like we're doing like a recap of the week.
Talk to me.
What's going on, man? It's a crazy week for me.
Okay.
Crazy time right at this moment, but we're gonna get through it.
You got what this morning?
You
said so. What happened this morning?
No, it's a crazy week. It's a crazy time for me right now, but we're gonna get through it.
Yeah, you've been through worse. You've been through better. So that's what experience gets you. What you got going on, Doc?
Yes, it has been.
Talk to me.
What is it? Me or is everything just getting so strange?
Talk to
out
me.
There.
Talk to me.
Huh?
Why you say that?
No, just in general, it's like 1 minute somebody makes a plea deal, they can get out. Next minute, it's rejected by another judge. The next minute, the former 45 is given more and more charges. The next minute, he's out talking. It's like I don't get it. We're like everything, especially that young lady who said she was kidnapped and saw the kid on the street. Now everybody's like, oh, I knew it was a hoax.
Right.
And I know you attacked on it last week, but it's like as the week went on, it just got worse.
Yeah, man.
And the thing is, when people of color, especially young ladies of color, do stuff like that, the next time nobody's gonna believe you.
Yeah, that's that Jesse Smollett effect. You're gonna get you some attention, baby. You're gonna get you some attention.
Where are we now? Where are we now? And I know a few weeks ago we were discussing the lack of hip hop songs at the top of the charts or big sales from that. And I'm listening to different new songs, and I'm like, I kind of understand why. Would you have your 3-year-old going out singing about some of the stuff?
No, I mean,
I'm hearing.
And it's amazing. And this is the part about this cancel culture I cannot stand, because just like they started doing back in the day, there's no scorekeeping. Everything the kid does is good. You got to be focused on the kid's self-esteem and not keep it 100 with the kid. This is what we experienced with this music shit. Oh, this is just some dope stuff. No, it's not dope. It's not. A lot of it is not. I'm not saying it was none of it is, but a lot of it is trash. But because there are so many, this is my theory. This is a Lonzo theory only. Because there are so many different outlets looking for content, they'll throw anything in the pipeline to see if it's going to stick or not. Because the people who own the pipelines, who own the platforms, don't care. They don't care. All they care about is viewership, eyes, ears, and the money coming in from the sponsors. That's it. Anything else is bullshit. So they
just deal with the bottom line, and that's it's like when you see Meta jump on, and now they got threads, and then you get Elon Musk saying, "Well, I'm gonna change Twitter to X." I'm like, wow.
Well, you know what?
We're really taking it there.
It's just amazing, man, that nobody really speaks up. It's like here we are in a true era where the emperor has on no clothes and nobody won't say shit. You can't say the emperor is naked, because for fear of reprise. Okay, it don't make no sense. A lot of things have been kicked, allowed to be mainstream that were never intended to be mainstream, and it's just ridiculous. And I know I sound old to some people, but hey, man, and I had this conversation with a lady 2 weeks ago, last week. I was actually on the Zoom call, and we were talking about the culture today. And she told me, well, kids got to make their mistakes too. I said, you know what? But as adults, it's our responsibility to get them to try to avoid as many mistakes as possible through our experiences. We don't want them to experience the same thing. Well, some kids, no matter what, you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make him drink. What if the horse is blind and just don't know what the damn lake is? Okay, right. The horse don't know what the water is. So if you don't ever tell the horse what the water, if a blind horse will find the water if he want to drink. And yeah, true enough, everybody ain't gonna respond to it because no matter what we did back in the day, everybody didn't respond. But enough people, if people try, just make an effort. Hey man, y'all know y'all fucking up, right? Y'all, you might want to rethink that right there. Okay. And sometimes it may be a delayed reaction, but as long as you get the reaction, it's all good.
I don't mean to go on a a religious rant because I'm not going to. Do you think we're at a point where nothing there's no check, no guardrail, no nothing anymore?
Guardrails are down, Doc. I mean, when you can't trust nobody, you can't trust the teachers, you can't trust the police, you can't trust the pastors, you can't trust you can't trust the Pope. Come on, man. Nobody is living up
I'm
to their
talking all the way
expectations.
around because that's why I went full circle with from my man making a plea deal. Then all of a sudden, because a certain group screaming and hollering, "Oh no, we're gonna go after them, we're gonna go after them," and people don't realize the increments of things that are happening well, because things don't turn on a dime the way you want them to. It takes time, but now it's like we're full out. Everybody's going at each other. We're almost at that point. And the thing is, I want people to understand the exaggeration of when they say, "Oh well, 45 leads in the polls." Yeah, if you only poll his people,
Right.
if you only poll his people, he does lead in the polls. But when you poll all the different other people, they're like, "Oh no, we don't want that." That's why I don't get the whole we don't want Biden because he's too old. But yet Mitch McConnell went out there and damn near had a stroke in front of everybody.
Froze like a damn
Everybody's
snowman.
playing it off like it was okay.
Froze like a snow. Just stood there and looked. Like, why the fuck am I here? Yeah, I'm supposed to be saying something, but I don't know. My shit's out to lunch right now. I need to come back. Y'all help me get me off stage. I can't even say goodbye. Man, get the fuck. And he's probably one of the most evil men ever breathes a breath. He just don't give a damn. And you know what? I think I don't. I'm not about sexism, but I do think at a certain point in time that people have to take either consider, especially when you holding down power position like Mitch McConnell and so many other folks that's over 80 years old. I mean, come on, man.
And for those who don't know, Mitch McConnell is the minority, the minority head of the Senate under Mr. Schumer. And the problem is when everybody starts screaming and hollering, age this, age that, and then he sits there and he does that. And I'll say the same thing for Dianne Feinstein from California. It's time for you to step down.
Yeah.
When you're sitting there, you got to be wielding. You're barely conscious during these votes. People don't realize that stuff affects your life. Because they're making decisions based on, it sounds like a good idea.
They based the decisions on shit they did back in the 30s and 40s. Okay, when that's their prime. So they got different attitudes, man, and let their power go, and the relationships that come along with their power. You got to have people. Got to be people know the people that with the money know these guys are going to do what they want them to do. They're gonna hold that line to their desire. But at some point in time, when new faces get in there, people have different attitudes. They may take the money, but they not follow through as well. And you may see a shift that they don't want to have.
Mm-hmm.
Because new people don't have the same ideas.
I gotta send a shout out to the James family and Bronny James, and hope he's doing really well. But you're talking about Biden's too old, and the 18-year-olds out there playing basketball and is having heart attacks. And they're talking about when it comes, especially to athletes of color, that number goes way up about the opportunities of getting ill or something massive happening to them in that fashion. And I'm saying, what's going on? An 18-year-old now no longer is healthy enough to play a sport. What's going on?
Maybe trying too hard. Maybe trying to get some help that his heart can't take.
And I don't have an answer. I'm just looking at it from the outside looking in, and I'm saying we never went through that as a society. Now we know Lonz of the world, and he passed away, and different other athletes that it was chemical thing. But I don't know Bronny James at all, and I was praying that he recovers.
Right.
But where are we? It's like, what the hell is going on with people? I mean, I don't know. When I'm saying I don't know, I don't mean from a position of, I don't know, they don't know, fuck that. That's their problem. No, it's our problem because we're not paying attention to what's going on around us. That was out of nowhere. This guy, he and his father trying to play in the NBA, which has never been done before. And one thing, I'm really starting to say to people, stop floating the term GOAT around. Stop saying everybody's GOAT. They're the greatest of all time. No one, and you can quote me on this, no one in the NBA is a better GOAT than the one and only Bill Russell, 11 championships, to his player coach. You're not going to beat that. At a time when he won a championship, people took a crap in his bed and wrote on his walls and crap. Come on, man. Stop with the GOAT. Everybody's GOAT. Everybody got, like you said, everybody's got to get an award for showing up. Nothing against LeBron. Nothing against his family. I think he's had a great, stellar career. But no one's going to match Bill Russell, ever. Right. That's done.
All right.
You're not going to match that.
Okay. We got that point across. All right, folks, look here. We're going to change the subject for a second. I see the chat room with him. Give a shout out to my chat room. Miami 808's in the house. Derek Mallory's in the house. Stevie, Easy Steve. Ben Frank, I see you, baby. Martin Cozy. I even see N.W.A. Don't know, that's a new one on me, but I'll take it anyway. What's up, folks? I see my boy Dusty in the house. Vista Light 1972. And all my players are here. Now, the question on the screen is, hey, Lonzo, did you hear from the city council about Easy Street? Yeah, I did. And it's a motherfucking go.
Say that again?
It's a motherfucking go. Yes, sir. Easy Street will be jumping off in the city of Compton, folks. The city, it was a motion put on the floor for the city council last Tuesday during the show. And I didn't get the official call till after the show, after we went off the air, but they voted to pass the motion to bring it to the city council for a final vote. So the first part is done. We got a nice vote, and one of my main people wasn't even there. So the support is there. It will happen. I did a presentation yesterday at a business roundtable in the city of Compton, and I spoke about the Easy Street and also the Walk of Fame. And city council, not only city council members were there, but also state senate and the assembly. Mike Gibson, Steve Bradford, they were all there, and they were in staunch support of Easy Street as well as the Compton Walk of Fame. So
that sounds good.
Your boy is working, making things happen, folks, and it's a good feeling. This has been This has been almost 8 months of pushing to get this. And this is not the first time somebody proposed Easy Street or name a street that named after Easy E in the city of Compton. It was proposed back in the day by Mayor Omar Bradley, and for whatever reason, I'm not sure what the reason was. It did not go through, but we got the motion. It was passed, and now the city manager does all the preliminary work. In fact, I got a call today that they were calling, asking questions yesterday about different situations attached to this right here. And when they come back, when the city council comes back off of hiatus, they'll be gone for the month of August. They'll come back with that on the agenda. Hopefully, the first city council meeting in September, and hopefully by his birthday, we'll have the official nod to go with it. And I plan on doing a big old party, making it happen, inviting all the players out. They show up. They don't, but they're gonna get invited, and that's gonna be amazing.
What day is that on again?
Huh?
When is that celebration?
The celebration has not been scheduled yet. I want to make sure that I got everything. I got the official documentation in my hand. Says yes, we have everything. The city council approved. The city manager, the city attorney, and the city controller to begin the process. That is the biggest part of this right here. Once they go through the process, it goes to the city council. And because we've already done our preliminary work, we know there's no impact. The cost is minimum, and it's not illegal. simply because Easy has been passed for over 25 years. Compton has a 2-year, they have a 2-year posthumous clause. You have to be there at least 2 years before they get anything named. Anything from the city can be named after you. He's way past that. So all the legalities, the cost is going to be incurred by the Compton Entertainment Chamber of Commerce, including the party. So I'm gonna need some help on that party, though, folks. I'm gonna need some help. So those of you who can't attend, I'm gonna stream it live on my channel, the Compton Entertainment channel. Those who can attend, we'll be putting together the packages shortly, and it's going to be going down, folks. It's going to be going down. Easy Street coming to Compton. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You work hard at that. I mean, I do that with some friends, and they don't do nothing. They just kind of look at you like you're crazy. Well, man, you ain't going to do it? Yeah, I do it all the time. What about you? Oh, yeah, we should do this. And then they disappear.
Oh, man, you know what? That's been my claim to fame over the years. A lot of people talk about getting things done, and usually I just start doing stuff. And once I start doing it, people will join you, and they see that you're serious. And I've come to the conclusion everybody's not a leader. Everybody ain't a follower. Some people. There's an old saying I heard called either lead, follow, or get out of the way. Most people ain't gonna lead. A lot ain't gonna follow, or somebody standing in your way just because they can. They'll try to stand in your way.
I've been told that before several times.
Okay.
I've been told you can't always be the one to lead and do it, because everybody goes, how come he's always saying it? How come he's always saying it?
Because everybody, you know what?
But then in the next breath, you're saying, nobody does this. How come nobody does this? Because you don't get off your butt and do it.
Right. And they'll get mad if somebody else does it. But dude, that's just a game, man. People get. I've been in that position before, man. Every time I say you're doing something different, why I got to do what you want me to do? Why is there some kind of rule book that I'm under your regulations? I can only do so much shit. If I can, right now in my truck, in my fucking Cadillac truck, I got about 2,000 newspapers. I'm finna go after we do this show. I'm about to hit the streets and become the oldest goddamn newspaper boy in Compton. Because I own part of the newspaper, damn it. Last Wednesday night, I shot a television show called Global Showcase. Why? Because I own the goddamn network. So you can't limit yourself. I'm not gonna dial myself back because you don't have a handle on your shit. I've been blessed to be able to be in different positions. I know Dr. Dre from Yo on TV Raps, so we can do a show called Legendary Connects. I also know Dusty Vision. We can do that show. So I got my own equipment. And that's one thing I tell anybody. If you're going to be an entrepreneur, buy your own shit. As long as I pay my damn cable bill, I can do many shows I want to. I do a show every damn day if I want to. Different shows with different people. I ain't limited. I'm not limited.
I totally agree with you there.
I'm not limited. So don't limit yourself. Don't let anybody put limits on you. That's the part. I guess that's the moral of the story. Why would you limit yourself if God didn't limit you? If God give you the ideas and the resources to make things happen, make that shit happen. I got the resources. I was blessed with knowing Easy, being a part of his history. I know the people at City Hall, and we picked a street that has no impact on anybody particularly. And it's the street name is obsolete. It doesn't mean anything to anybody right now. So bam, we can bring Easy Street to Compton, California, and make the people, make his family prouder. That's all. Hey man, that's all we're trying to do.
Absolutely. And that brings me full circle into what have you done for you lately?
Yeah.
Not for me, for you lately. What are you doing to make you a better person? And what are you doing to make yourself a better artist, a better athlete, a better, you name it. What are you doing? And that brings me to that, the Brony conversation, and even some other artists, what we were talking about. It's like, where are we taking what we're doing and saying, rather than everybody just rallying around a term and a name. And I saw Raheem from the Furious Five, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, and he was talking about all the things, he's trying to do contemporary today. And I just thought it was very interesting how when these gentlemen started doing this music, rap music, and creating like this hip hop culture and all this other stuff that's taking place, and here is poise and what he's trying to do, and he's doing his music, He's sitting there doing his book about his life. I say, wow, 50 years ago, huh? I keep putting that question mark at the 50. But the beautiful thing about it is, look at what can be done, like you said, when you go to make it happen. So what have you done for you lately is the question for me.
For me? Are you asking about me personally or just asking in general? I got to follow your ass. You're bust left on my ass in a minute. Are you referring to Lonzo or just people in general? Dre, are you there?
Are you speaking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking about anybody on the phone with me and you.
No, I'm saying, but you said, am I speaking about Lonzo? No, it's just the question I put out was for all of us to say, because, figuring what you just said about making it happen. It's like, what have you done for you lately to continue to make that happen? And listening to his interview and a few other artists like KRS-One was in the Bronx in this park that they do these things every Thursday, and he showed up and big up to Grandmaster Caz, who does this every Thursday in the city. For years they do it, and it gets a large group of people coming out to support hip hop and support rap music. I always throw rap music on it like that because I want people to understand that it was rapping in the rhythm of the RAP. It's important, and there's so many artists and legends and icons did it really well. So what have you done for you lately is the question. That's it.
Okay. It's
a rhetorical question, not
okay.
You have to answer it. It's like just feeding off of what you said about making it happen.
I've been a record since 1990 something. But I realized as I was watching a couple of movies about shit I've done, that's not my claim to fame. My claim to fame is providing people with platforms to be recognized. I don't know if the Wrecking Crew would have stepped on stage if I hadn't been there. There's a picture of the Wrecking Crew performing live at the outdoor venue. And as a kid, I was always in plays and little dance groups and all kind of little stuff. So I never really had stage fright. Although I do get nervous walking on stage, I never had stage fright. And if you look,
but that's normal. Stage fright's a normal thing.
If you look at this picture,
to be honest with you,
I
never got stage fright like that.
Hold on.
I always walked out there like, okay, let's do this.
Hold on. No.
Depending on how much you rehearse. If you rehearse really well, the more I rehearse, the more I'm prepared. So when it's like, go do it.
Let me finish. Hold on. Let me finish my story.
Go ahead.
In this picture that we're performing, everybody's looking at me, and I'm looking straight ahead because I know what we got to do. They depended on me to do it, make sure they're doing the right thing. They're looking at me to make sure they're doing it right. And like Dre just said, when you practice enough, you know what to do. And it's like if you know your assignment, and people have to do the same assignment, people will look over your shoulder to make sure that you're doing the shit right, that they're doing it right, because they base their steps off of you. And that's just something that like I said, I don't think would ever be, because none of these guys were extroverts. I've always been an extrovert. I've gotten in trouble for since I was in school for talking too goddamn much and doing too damn much. But if I didn't step on stage with these guys to get them used to being on stage, because nobody had that kind of experience that I can recall. Clientele may have had some, but by this time he was already gone. So anyway, but that's not my specialty. I prefer to be on stage by myself, tell you the truth. I love speaking in front of a crowd of people. Everybody can't do that. Anyway, go ahead, Dre.
No, you said it all there. Like I said, when I used to hop on the stage and do stuff, I was never like worried or confused because I knew where I was supposed to be and what point we were supposed to make. Now, when you're on stage with a group and they don't do what they're supposed to do and it throws you off, I go, yo, dude, I hear you improvising, but give me a little bit of a heads up because I'm thinking you're supposed to be at this spot and then you over on the other corner throwing me off from where I'm supposed to be. So we got to work that out. But
the worst that you can do on stage, man, is let people know you fucked up. Sometimes here's a theatrical secret that I learned doing plays. Nobody knows what you're supposed to do, but those are on stage. So if you fuck up and nobody responds like you fucked up, especially the person that fucked up, then you ain't got no problem because they don't know what you're supposed to do no way. They don't know if you fall on your ass with a part of the goddamn play or not. They don't know. They don't know. Dude, we've done it. Has happened before, man. We was on stage. I think one of us tripped and almost fell, and we just played it back off, and nigga just hopped back in the spot. You know, and it was just, hey, because nobody knows what you're gonna do, but the people that was in rehearsal. And if you don't say nothing, I ain't gonna say nothing.
That's true.
What else we got, Doc?
I don't know. Like I said, it's just been kind of weird, hectic week with things that are going on all the way around.
Now, what about your situation? How did you come out?
Huh?
How did you come out in your situation? I didn't really get into details that you're gonna keep that private.
Well, not right yet. Still working it out. I can't. They won't say it yet till we find a solution. So we're getting there.
Okay. All right. No problem, folks. Now you said you want to do a short show. You got something to take care of, right?
Yes, sir.
All right.
But I'm always happy to be here. Always happy to be with the Legendary Connects.
We got the 30-minute mark now.
Yeah, Bernadette went to get some dinner because she was like,
"Yeah, she
had where are you
going at? Get them sugar daddy points. I ain't mad at her. Get them sugar daddy points."
I was asking her, she gets some
week too.
What are you doing?
The first is next week.
She's gonna be mad when we tell her, "Oh, we did the show later."
I sent her the link.
Okay.
I sent her the link, so that ain't no problem. All right, man. We can wrap up. We can wrap up early. I know you got somewhere to be. We had to do something. We missed you last week.
Missed you too. Believe me.
All right.
I really enjoy doing this. So.
Me and
there's a lot more coming up
because we are both late. We already had previous engagements, so we have to cut the show short a little bit today. But we had to do something because we missed y'all last week. Well, he did anyway. Dre, say goodbye.
Dre, goodbye.
All right, folks. That's Dr. Dre, Legendary Connection House with your boy Lonzo. Yeah, folks, we got to cut it short today. We were supposed to have been here an hour ago, and we got caught up with some other stuff. Now we got to go fulfill some more commitments. But we had to stop by and see our crowd, our Friday folks. Legendary Connections. Much love to everybody. Marlon, Ben Frank, Dusty, Chris Stacks, Vista Light, 1972. Who else is in the house? Chris Stacks, Marlon, Derek Mallory. Much love to all y'all folks. Thank you very much for dropping in. Me and Dusty be live on Tuesday as usual. In the meantime, my old ass got to go play Paperboy, and Dre got to go do what he do.
You got it.
All right, folks. We out of here, y'all. Peace.